Adrien Broner says he wants to invite King Green back to his gym, but this time he wants to spar Green himself. If you missed it, Green showed up last week and got the better of Broner's friend Bang in a sparring session. Bang is a professional boxer with a 19-1 record. Chael Sonnen later offered Broner $50,000 to spar Green. But yesterday, an intoxicated Broner said he doesn't even want the money. He wants Green to come back so they can spar for free.
But Adrien, if you would like to spar with Bobby Green.
He said, Adrien, if you would like to spar Bobby Green, I'll personally pay you $50,000.
And we'll pay you $50,000.
You heard that, cuh?
We'll bring the cameras, and we will pay you $50,000.
They said
I'll spar him again for $50,000.
They said they'll bring the cameras, and we will personally pay you $50,000 if you spar, cuh.
$50,000.
Tell them cough up some more money, though.
Some more money though. My mama though.
Bring cash, too, though. They don't even need to do that.
Don't need to do that. Guess what though? The only thing that clarified me is that though. I get in there though. You get that, it's not there.
Get in there then.
Alright. Man, invite her back.
They talking about giving you $50,000.
Man, it's light.
Ilia Topuria's manager Malki Kawa went off on Ali Abdelaziz today for saying that Usman Nurmagomedov would make Ilia quit if they fought.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. The fight I want, if he go to the UFC, I want Ilia Topuria first fight. First fight.
Woo!
Why not? Listen, he ran out of gas. He talked a lot of things. He wrote a lot of checks, couldn't cash. Guess what? I'm bringing the whole fire. And if these people want this fight to happen, we can make it happen. But I'm gonna tell you something. Kamaru Usman, talk about tough fight. Will knock out Dan Hooker. He will submit Dan Hooker. I love Paddy Pimblett. I think he's a great guy.
Right.
Usman will stop him in under 2 rounds. I think he will make Ilia quit. He will hit kick him, knock him out flat. The only fight I can see competitive, him and Arman. Charles Oliveira, he would make him quit. He will make him quit. What Charles Oliveira can do to him? Strike with him? Good luck with that. Take him down? Good luck with that. And he will absolutely demolish Max Holloway. Demolish Max Holloway. Because he can take him. Let me tell you why.
I love it, Ali. I love it.
Let me tell you why. I love Max. I respect Max. Max can't wrestle for and he can't grapple for Usman can grapple, I can wrestle. Guess what? Max he have great striking, but no, he cannot mix it up like Usman. The only real competitor with Usman is Arman Tsarukyan. I would say that.
Malki Kawa fired back at Ali by posting this video. He says Ilia is still the #1 fighter in the world and just had a bad night against Justin Gaethje. Malki also says that Ilia would beat the shit out of Gaethje in a rematch.
All right, so now back to the MMA stuff, right? If you see my last post, you got this guy. He's sitting there with 2 of his clients, right? And one of them happens to be Usman. And they're sitting here talking about his next opponent. And then, oh yeah, he will beat this guy, and he will beat that guy, and he will do this, and he will do that. Guy, shut the up. Ilia Topuria will annihilate 100% of your roster, including if we fought Gaethje again, buddy, he will beat the shit out of him. We all know that Ilia was better. He had a bad night. Your boy did good. Congratulations. Stop hyping up the other. You sound like a clown. Ilia Topuria is still, in my book, the #1 fighter in the world. I promise you guys, when the comeback comes, you will see what happens. Paddy Pimblett, Islam, Usman, Gaethje, it doesn't matter who, doesn't matter when, okay? You guys will see masterclass. That's what that is. But to sit here as an agent on the podcast of your clients and be like, oh yeah, you're gonna actually lose to this guy, because behind the scenes, you don't want that fight.
Sean O'Malley thinks Usman Nurmagomedov would likely beat Paddy Pimblett.
Usman versus Paddy? I'd probably pick Usman, I think. God, I don't know. Paddy surprises me all the time, bro.
Yes.
Who's bigger of those two?
Who's bigger?
Probably
definitely.
Paddy.
Who?
Probably Paddy.
Paddy.
For sure.
They're probably both similar size.
Yeah.
Usman's big, bro.
Javier Mendez believes the UFC will not give Usman Nurmagomedov an immediate title shot if he signs with the promotion. According to Mendez, doing so would essentially prove that the best lightweight in the world was competing outside the UFC.
In an ideal world, because of the fact that we won't get the champion, if he was to sign over with the UFC, there's no way they would give us a title shot, because you know what that would say, right? If we come in and we destroy the champion, that just gives credibility to PFL and all these other organizations, as you don't have the best fighters in the world. You have the most fighters in the world, but not necessarily the number one, because that will prove that PFL actually has some number one. So that will never be proven. So they won't do that. That'd be suicide on their part, because that just means we're letting the competition in. So they won't do that. So let's forget about, like you said, forget about Justin. That isn't going to happen. So I would say, in my opinion, for me, the one I would want to see, because I think it's a fun fight, because a lot of people get into it, Paddy the Baddy. That's the one I want, because that's going to be his introduction to a lot of fans on one side, a lot of fans on the other side, and Paddy is bringing the baddies. You know that.
Yes.
You know that. So it'll be a fun fight for me. He just wants to continue to see his brothers grow, and his, personal favorite to me is his cousin. His cousin. He's watched him, grow from when he was a little kid. When he first told me about Usman, Usman Nurmagomedov, he told me when I went to Dagestan for the first time. He said, Coach, this one kid is my cousin. He's Umar's younger brother. He's going to be something. He goes, and at that particular time, Habib told me about Usman. Then, of course, when I trained with Usman, I went, damn, this kid is exactly that. From a fighter perspective, he's the best fighter athlete I've ever trained. Not from an athlete perspective, because from an athlete perspective, I mean, you got to give it to Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker was the greatest athlete, not the fighter though, greatest athlete. There's a difference, you know that. So Usman's the greatest athlete fighter that I've ever trained. And because he does things that nobody can teach. There's things that kid does I can't teach. I cannot teach him. And I didn't teach him. He did it on his own.
Conor McGregor had some trouble getting a Mac energy drink delivered to him by drone. PFL CEO John Martin expresses his frustration with ESPN and how the partnership has played out so far.
I've expressed frustration, which I stand behind, by the lack of commitment and support that ESPN has been willing to give us this year. But I don't dismiss ESPN as a massive entity with a fantastic platform.
Mauricio Ruffy posted footage of him preparing for his fight against Arman Tsarukyan at UFC 331 while wearing Chuck Liddell shorts. On the Deep Water Show, Dustin Poirier, Jorge Masvidal, Dean Thomas, and Chris Weidman discussed the wildest crowds they fought in front of.
Jorge, what was the wildest crowd that you've ever fought in? Probably the backyards of Miami.
On Long Island, Nassau Coliseum.
Is Kelvin Gastelum?
Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah.
It was the first main event on Long Island ever. People were going nuts. It was amazing. When I got the win, it felt like I won a world title.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was on a 3-fight skid before that.
Bro, honestly, anytime you fight Conor McGregor, so many people from Ireland travel over. They're crazy. They're at the press conference. They're at the weigh-ins. They're yelling. The fans are crazy when you fight a guy like that. Somebody of that star power. So all 3 of those fights were the craziest crowds. What about you?
I'd say Hawaii. I fought Max Holloway's uncle. Bozo.
Get out of here.
You being serious?
Bozo Pauling. Yeah. I fought his uncle, Bozo Pauling.
George St-Pierre has responded to Conor McGregor. Conor had this to say this week following his knee surgery.
What's up, folks? The Mac is back, baby. My knee is repaired. Surgery was a success. And I'm on the road to recovery. That should tell you all you need to know about my mindset. Straight into surgery, knee repaired, and on the road. Let's go. I want to give a shout out to Dominic Cruz, who returned from multiple ACLs to recapture his bantamweight crown. George St-Pierre had multiple ACLs. Don't know whether he returned after his second ACL. However, he's doing backflips and his movement is still stellar.
GSP reposted that video on X. He wrote, "Let's go, Conor." Dominic Cruz also reposted the video. Earlier this week, fans were accusing Ilia Topuria of being gay after footage emerged of him partying in Ibiza. Ilia was with his manager Malky Kawa yesterday, and Malky trolled him over the footage.
Can somebody please tell him that I'm not in that video? No, stop. Somebody tell this guy.
And that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Sean Strickland saying that video games make people more aggressive. The first one says, "Sean's right. I played a lot of Super Mario as a kid and I became a plumber." The second one's from Neville98. It says, "Why is Sean so aggressive if he doesn't play video games?" And the final one's from the Challenger. It says, "I actually think Instagram is far worse than video games." If you want to be featured in our next video, all you have to do is drop a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching.